Welcome back to English for Healthy Living. Hey Amanda, how's it going?
I'm doing great, David. I'm excited for today's topic. Ready to dive into another healthy living story?
Absolutely. So today I wanted to talk about my friend Danny. He's a bit of a fitness fanatic. You know the type, always looking for the next challenge.
Oh, I know the type very well. Most of my clients are like that.
Right. Well, his latest obsession is improving his VO2 Max. He's been following something called the Norwegian 4x4 protocol on his stationary bike at home.
I love the Norwegian 4x4 protocol. For our listeners, can you break down what that involves?
He calls it a real lung buster, which is a great phrase for something that's incredibly tiring.
A lung buster. I like that.
So after a 10-minute warm-up, he does 4 minutes of high-intensity cycling. He's pushing himself to about 90 to 95% of his maximum heart rate.
That's really pushing the envelope.
Totally. After those 4 minutes, he gets a 4-minute period of active recovery, where he just cycles very slowly to catch his breath. And he repeats that whole cycle. 4 minutes hard, 4 minutes easy. 4 times, hence the name 4x4. Then he finishes with a cool down.
Right.
He claims it's the most efficient way to boost his cardiovascular fitness. He's training for a cycling trip in the mountains, so he's really going all out. That's another great phrase, meaning to put in maximum effort.
Going all out. I love it. So, David, what's your question for me?
Well, as our resident certified health coach, what's your take on this? Is my friend Danny onto something, or is he just looking for a shortcut to win the next Tour de France?
I don't know about the Tour de France, but your friend Danny is definitely onto something very effective. The Norwegian 4x4 is a classic and well-researched form of high-intensity interval training, or HIIT, that improves VO2 max.
Interesting.
It's incredibly effective for improving VO2 max. Let's break that down for our listeners. VO2 max is the maximum amount of oxygen your body can take in and use during intense exercise.
Okay, so more oxygen equals better performance.
You got it. A higher VO2 max means your cardiovascular system is more efficient. Think of it like upgrading the engine in your car. A better engine can use fuel more effectively to go faster and longer.
That's a perfect analogy. So Danny's upgrading his body's engine.
Precisely. The famous biohacker and fitness expert Ben Greenfield often discusses the power of these protocols. He explains that these short, intense bursts of effort are a powerful signal to the body. They force your heart to pump more blood and your lungs to process more oxygen.
Right. It's about the intensity, not just the time spent exercising.
Yes, the 4-minute interval is that sweet spot. It's long enough to really stress the aerobic system, but the 4-minute recovery is crucial. It allows you to lower your heart rate just enough so you can go hard again in the next interval.
So the magic is in that cycle of stress and recovery.
You've hit the nail on the head. That's a great expression, meaning you've described it perfectly. That cycle is what triggers the body to adapt and become stronger.
Okay, cool. So how would Danny know if this is actually working, besides, feeling completely exhausted after each session?
On a deeper biological level, this kind of training does amazing things. For example, it stimulates something called mitochondrial biogenesis. It sounds complicated, but it's actually quite simple. Mitochondria are the energy-producing elements in our cells. Think of them like thousands of tiny batteries inside your muscles. HIIT training is like a signal that tells your body, we need more power. So your body responds by building more of mitochondria and making the existing ones bigger and more efficient. This means you can produce energy more quickly and sustain effort for longer. That's definitely one indicator. But jokes aside, tracking progress is key for motivation. The most accurate way to measure VO2 max is in a laboratory with a mask and a bunch of scientists. Another key adaptation is an increase in his lactate threshold. During intense exercise, your muscles produce a substance called lactate. When you produce it faster than you can clear it, that's when you feel that burning sensation and have to slow down. HIIT trains your body to clear this lactate more effectively, so you can push harder for longer before you hit the wall. It's about becoming more resilient to fatigue.
Right, and I'm guessing that's not cheap or easy to access.
Not at all. Luckily, there are simpler ways. Many modern smartwatches and fitness trackers provide a pretty good estimate of your VO2 max. It's not perfect, but it's great for tracking the trend over time. He should see the numbers slowly go up.
An upward trend. Got it.
Another very practical test he can do is a time trial. For example, once every 2 weeks, he could warm up and then cycle as far as he can in, say, 20 minutes. If that distance is increasing, his fitness is improving. He's building his aerobic base.
That's a fantastic low-tech way to see real results. It's tangible.
Exactly. Seeing concrete proof that your hard work is paying off is the best motivation there is. Paying off is a phrase we use when effort leads to good results.
This is brilliant, Amanda. So to summarize, Danny's lung-busting bike sprints get the certified health coach seal of approval.
They absolutely do. My only advice would be to listen to his body. You shouldn't do this more than once a week, really. Having long enough recovery is important to be able to go all out again.
Excellent advice. Well, his latest obsession is improving his VO2 max. He's been following something called the Norwegian 4x4 protocol on his stationary bike at home. After a 10-minute warm-up, he does 4 minutes of high-intensity cycling. He's training for a cycling trip in the mountains, so he's really going all out. That's another great phrase, meaning to put in maximum effort.
Mitochondria are the energy-producing elements in our cells. Think of them like thousands of tiny batteries inside your muscles. My only advice would be to listen to his body. You shouldn't do this more than once a week, really. Having long enough recovery is important to be able to go all out again. My brother is such a fitness fanatic that he never misses a workout, even on vacation. Improving your VO2 max can help you run faster and recover more easily after exercise. I prefer using a stationary bike at home instead of going to the gym. On my rest days, I do some light yoga for active recovery instead of complete rest. Don't forget to do a 5-minute cool down after your workout to lower your heart rate. She was going all out during the final sprint of the race. There are no shortcuts to getting fit. You have to stay consistent and patient. Interval training is one of the most efficient ways to burn fat and improve endurance. Regular exercise helps you become more resilient, both physically and mentally.
All my months of training are finally paying off. I feel stronger and more energetic than ever.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's episode of English for Healthy Living.
We hope you learned a new phrase or two to use in your English conversations.
If you enjoyed the episode, please give us a like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who might be a fitness fanatic too. It really helps the show grow.
Thanks for listening, everyone.